Hey, welcome back to Bottles and Bites. Today we're going to make our favorite snack for fall during that holiday season. That's homemade Chex Mix. This beats the hell out of that bag you buy in the grocery store. Let's get into it. We're making the fall favorite, that classic of the original Chex Mix. And this is something that's been a favorite of mine, and now my family, my kids love this. When we hit November, my daughter's texting me going, "Hey Dad, it's time for the Chex Mix and I gotta get ready to make it." So here we are. This is something that's fun to make. It's absolutely delicious and everybody enjoys it. All right, let's get into making this Chex Mix. So you have three different Chex cereals that we're using. We're using corn Chex, rice Chex, and wheat Chex. These are our three right here for our cereals. And we throw in, my grandmother always did, Cheerios. So we're going to use Cheerios as well. What we're going to do is we're going to do 3 cups of each cereal. Then we're going to throw in some pretzels. Now, nuts are where you can kind of do what you like. If you don't like pecans, I love pecans, so I'm doing pecans. If you don't like pecans, do walnuts, do peanuts, do cashews, do mixed nuts if you want. Nuts, do what you want with that. Be nutty, if you will. And then we've got our seasoning and what we need to put this together. And it's pretty simple. All we're going to have is some onion powder, some garlic powder, some butter, and some Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. I don't know, something like that. All right. How do we put this together? Well, first, you need a big pan, a foil pan. That's what I got here. Now, can you use something else? Maybe. But ever since I've been making this and watching my grandmother make this, it's always been made in a foil pan like this, so that's what I like to use. It's easy to wash after, put it away in a cabinet, save it for when you're ready to make that next batch. Not expensive either, which is nice. All right, so getting started, here's what we're gonna do. Let's get some of this out of the way. We're gonna come back to this in just a second. So 8 tablespoons of butter, 1 stick. That's what I've got here. I've got the oven on at 250 degrees. And what we're gonna do is melt this butter first. So we're just gonna throw this in, get this in the oven, let it slowly melt, and then we're gonna show you what we do with the rest of that. All right, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna pre-measure cereals and our peanuts and our pretzels. Get all that pre-measured, ready to go. So, we're gonna do 3 cups of each cereal. And believe me when I tell you, this is worth making at home. Really simple to do. Takes an hour, but you're just stirring every 15 minutes, so it's not like you're spending a lot of time, at the oven maintaining or watching this. So let's get 3 of these, 3 cups. 3 of these. And you can see I'm going over a little bit. It doesn't have to be exact. It's gonna be fine. 3's good though. I don't know, I have a favorite, which is this this corn Chex is my favorite. If I'm gonna eat a bowl of cereal of the Chex cereals, I'm gonna eat corn Chex would be my first choice. Then probably rice. Wheat works in here. Not sure, whoops, that's a good solid cup right there. Boom. And 3. We got our Cheerios, man. I'm using classic, regular Cheerios. It's what I've always used. Change it up if you want to. You want to go a honey nut? I don't know. I think they have some other flavors now. Do whatever you want. So 3 cups of Cheerios. And then let's do about 1.5 cups of our pecans. Now these pecans, these are my store, their brand, H-E-B. These are pecan halves. These are great for baking. I get them in the baking aisle. They work fabulous in here. There's no kind of salt or seasoning or anything, so it really helps with absorbing the flavor of the that we're going to put in and mix up with the Chex Mix. So that's what I would recommend. So 1 cup, and we'll do about a half cup. And then for the pretzels, and you do it however you want. I just kind of put in, that's like 1 cup, and then like 2 cups. And that's all I do there. Now, got everything prepped and ready to go. What we're going to do is let this butter finish melting in the foil pan. Bring that out. Then we're going to season it up with our onion powder, salt, garlic powder, Worcestershire sauce, and that's when we'll start to mix this, get it back in the oven. Let's check that butter, see what it looks like. Oh yeah, it's starting to melt. It's going to be a few more minutes, so we'll come back in just a few minutes and get this. All right, just looked at the butter. It's all melted, so let's pull that out. Now you look at our butter here, you can see it's just nice and melted. You're doing it on a low heat at 250, so this is good. What we're going to do now, start getting our seasonings together, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to go 2 tablespoons of our Worcestershire sauce. So 2 tablespoons of that. I actually let it drip over a little, you know, when I'm pouring this. I'd rather have a little more than not enough, so that's what she said. Michael Scott, here we go. Boom. Good with that. With this, we're going to go 1 teaspoon. I just kind of spread it out throughout that butter. And with this onion powder, we're going to go about 3/4 of a teaspoon, a little bit less. Then we're going to get some salt. Going to go about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. All right, now we got to mix this all together. You can do it by rolling it around just like this. And you'll see how that changes. Get all those flavors married up, kind of getting to know each other, saying hello, how you doing? And then we're going to bring the other players to the party, and that's going to be our cereals, our pecans, and our pretzels. So let's do that right now. So I'm just going to grab a spoon to mix this up with. What I like to do is just go a little in to start, maybe about half, and then coat this, right? Get it coated. Okay, then we're going to put the other half in. Isn't this fun? And we already know all that's going to fit right back into this bowl when it comes out from the oven, so we're good to go. Give this a mix. Whoops. Saved it. Even though we're cooking at a low temperature, you want to make sure you get as much of this coated as you can, all of it if you can. We don't want that liquid to sit on the bottom. When you start to cook this, it's just going to cook on the bottom and get kind of hard. So you want to make sure, take a minute, take your time, really, look at that bottom as you move this around. Make sure you're getting it just all touching all of our cereals and pecans and pretzels. All right, got it pretty evenly coated. I'm feeling pretty good with it. It looks pretty good. So what we're going to do now is this is going to go in the oven for an hour. But what we're going to do is every 15 minutes, so I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes, we're going to pull it out, give it a nice stir, get it mixed up again, back in for 15 minutes. So we're going to do that 4 times, totally in an hour. Then our Chex Mix is done. It's just that easy. All right, let's get this in the oven, get our first 15-minute session started. All right, got the oven going off. Let's pull it out for our first mix of the Chex Mix. All right, here we go. I'm gonna leave one glove on because this is gonna be a little hot. And all we're going to do is just kind of, again, just mix it up like we did initially, making sure whatever's on the bottom kind of gets to the top. I'm telling you, it already smells great in here. Michael Scott, if you know, you know. All right, once we get it nice little toss. As I'm, whoops, hey, there you go, back in. As I'm tossing this, I'm looking at the bottom to make sure if I see any kind of moisture or liquid that I kind of get that mixed in and incorporated into the Chex mix. Got it looking pretty good. A couple trying to escape, got them back. We're gonna just even this out. Back into the oven, 15 more minutes. We'll be right back. Okay, oven's going off again. Let's get it out. This is our second 15 minutes. So we'll give it a mix. Now I'm gonna mix this one. I'm not gonna bore you for the third one. You kind of get the idea, right? Every 15 minutes, set the timer, do your thing. We'll come back for that last mix after this one and have the final product, the finished product. All right, good. Now we're starting to see the bottom of this really look clean, where we don't have a lot of that moisture left, so that's good. That means it's getting into the cereals. We're getting that flavor where we want it. Looking good. I'm telling you, if you don't make this for the holidays, and honestly, I don't know why, it's just kind of tied to the holidays, kind of like, you know, kind of like turkey for Thanksgiving. This is something I probably should make more often. I don't know why I don't, but absolutely delicious, but it's a must for the holidays. Just kind of screams the holiday season for our family. All right, that looks pretty good. And then go in for another 15 minutes. I'll mix it, you won't see it. You'll see it when we bring it out that last 15 minutes. We'll get ready to finish this off, take a bite, tell you how good it is. All right, ovens went off for the last time. It's been an hour. So this is gonna be our final pull from the oven. Let's get our Chex mix. All right, boy, it's looking pretty good. Better keep one of these on to mix this up. So we're gonna give it one more mix. We're gonna let it cool for just a couple of minutes. We'll come back, get it in our bowl, and take a little bite or two. So, there we go. Smells great, man. Kitchen is smelling good. This is a delicious snack, very popular. Matter of fact, I probably eat more of it than I need to this time of year. Probably a reason I don't make it year round, because it's that good. But we're gonna give this a few minutes to cool. We'll come back, take a bite or two. We'll wrap up this episode. All right, this is done. It's cooled down a little. We're ready to get this into the bowl. So let's go ahead and just put our bowl here. Just gonna grab a spoon. All right, there we go. That's our Chex mix, looking good. I put a lid on this, leave it on the table. I usually put out some small styrofoam or plastic bowls. People come in, get them a little scoop, sit down, enjoy the football game, enjoy the company. Great snack to have around during that holiday season. So my favorite when I get this is these pecans, my favorite nut, and these come out delicious with this seasoning and this combination. There you go. That's our homemade Chex mix, the original classic version. You got all kinds of things you could do to spice this up, change it up, add some things in there. Get creative. Let me know in the comments if you have a version of this that you make and how it's different than the original. Also, if you haven't already, man, hit the subscribe button, hit the like for this video, and hit that notification bell. You get notified when we put out new videos. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.